All right, a big focus now, pollution in the national capital, and a massive political controversy and blame game has erupted over Delhi's air pollution. Remember, the day after Diwali, Delhiites have woken up to choking air, very high pollution. However, the BJP has blamed Punjab for pollution in Delhi over crop burning and has said that unless the Arvind Kejriwal ruled Punjab stops burning stubble, Delhi and NCR will continue to choke. That stop blaming Diwali for the sins of the Aam Aadmi Party, that it's their smoke, not the festivals, lamps or firecrackers that have caused this pollution in Delhi. Let's go across to Ishika for more on this entire controversy. And Ishika, even as we're focusing on the pollution in Delhi a day after Diwali, now this blame game and politics really taking over, with the BJP alleging that it is because of Punjab that Delhiites are breathing in this toxic air.
Well, Gargi, as you very rightly mentioned, we have seen that today morning, right after Diwali, the entire Delhi woke up to the air quality in the very poor category. And after that, we have seen that the political blame game only intensifying. First, it was the Aam Aadmi Party which attacked the Delhi government, questioning as to what are, the steps that are actually working on ground. And it is now, in fact, we have seen the response that has now come from the BJP. It is Amit Malviya of the BJP who has, in fact, posted on X and has attacked Arvind Kejriwal, saying that unless Arvind Kejriwal's ruled Punjab stops burning stubble, Delhi and NCR will continue to choke. So, clearly saying here that it is in fact rather the Aam Aadmi Party-led Punjab government which is not putting in efforts to control the stubble burning, and that is why the pollution level here in Delhi is rising. He has also gone on to, in fact, hit at Aam Aadmi Party over blaming Diwali. He has said, stop blaming Diwali for the sins of the Aam Aadmi Party. It's their smoke, not the festival's lamp or the firecrackers that darkens Delhi's skies. Remember that, a similar statement came from the Environment Minister of Delhi, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, where he said that, the Delhi is in fact implementing all the steps, but it is the Punjab government which is not putting in efforts to control the stubble burning. So the political blame game here only intensifying now, Gargi. But let me tell our viewers that currently, if we show you the visuals here of the sky, you can see that even currently, there's a smog that you'll see in the air, and the air quality index, if we talk about, continues to be in the very poor category as per the official data. Over to you.
That's right, Ishika. Delhiites waking up to this polluted air, and we'll go across to our guests, Dr Sanjeev Baghai and Bhavreen Kandhari in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the air pollution problem in Delhi. And Delhi today woke up to this thick layer of smog and ultra-fine pollutants. The air is hazy, as Ishika just showed there. This is after a night of fireworks which lit up the sky on Diwali night. The national capital recorded an AQI, that's the air quality index, at 350 at 8 a.m. this morning. And last night on Diwali, out of 38 monitoring stations, 36 were marked in red zone, while 4 recorded severe pollution. Now remember, the Supreme Court this year allowed the sale and use of green crackers, so-called green crackers, on Diwali. It was an attempt to strike a balance between interests of the industry and public health. But let's talk about public health now. And Dr. Sanjeev Baghai, first to you, if you could, talk a little bit about what this polluted air now means for Delhi. It's the start of our pollution season, as we call it.
Good morning. On a hazy morning, I think it's a man-made catastrophe. We knew it was coming. We just wanted to push it underneath the carpet to let the festival get over. I am a strong Hindu. I am a staunch believer of my own faith, but that does not allow me to impact other people's health. This is a public health emergency. There is no question about it. Whether it be the parali burning or it be the transient increase as a flip which has been given because of the crackers. There are a couple of important points I want to make. The AQI in most places since last night, and I was awake all through the night because I was reading, is more than 500 to 600, and in a lot of places in Delhi has reached 999. The second point is there is published data which is of Lancet in the Pollution Commission of 2024-25, which has established the fact, and these are readings of Delhi, which has established the fact that there is an underestimation of up to 20 to 25% of the particulate matter of 2.5 and 2.5, 5 and 10. So whatever value we are seeing at the present moment is actually, please add a 25% enhanced margin to it. That's the reality on the ground. The second is it's a twofold increase in PM 2.5, primarily because of the relative humidity, because of the prolonged monsoons and the temperature. This is also published data. Air pollution, we keep talking of PM 2.5, but it's not just that. It is black carbon, it is the toxic gases, it is the volatile organic compounds, hydrofluorocarbons, micro nanoplastics, heavy metals in the air, and so on. They impact the respiratory system, cardiac system, and many others. Even a 15 to 20-minute exposure can precipitate sudden cardiac events. This is because these are toxins which induce what we call as oxidative stress. You can land up with a non-revivable cardiac arrest, acute attacks of asthma, long-term COPDs, cancers, bladder involvement, gut involvement. It is also shown to cause dementia. Really important is it's impacting the pregnancy. There is published data now to show that newborns whose mothers have been exposed to the air pollution are born with brain atrophy. This is absolutely absurd to allow this. We have to control it. There is no question about it. There has to be a separate division, a separate ministry to combat air pollution. We only talk of it during November, December, Jan and October now in Diwali. Air pollution is 24/7, 12 months a year.
That's right, Dr. Baghai. Delhi remains one of the most polluted capitals in the world. Bhavreen Kandhari is somebody, who's been campaigning for such a long time. You brought mothers together to talk about the health of their children. It must be frustrating to see, year after year, this sort of politics that takes over, and especially around Diwali, because it's not just Diwali that is the main, culprit here. It is, as Dr. Baghai also said, throughout the year, we breathe very bad air.
Yes, Gargi, and thank you for continuously taking this up every year. And somehow we feel like a part of the system to be repeating again and again. But yes, all these red zones that we are seeing again and the same soaring index, it's like breathing through our own worst case scenario now, seeing what happened last night. And yes, it's not only a festive, post-festive effect, it's a wake-up call. In a country where I'm not going to go into technicalities because Dr. Baghai is here, is expert and he said so many things, but where respiratory infections are already making up nearly 70% of the communicable diseases, this is the highest. And also that India is also leading in the chronic respiratory illness, that we are seeing. And like you said, the most polluted capital of the world. And we see the smog as just another day. It's not acceptable. There is no fundamental right to pollute. And there is, of course, a fundamental right to live. And I think that is where the government, the leaders have to come in. They have to understand that blame games is not going to help change. And their thought process has to change. They're always thinking of letting the emissions come in, adding emissions, it's all right, and then cleaning it up. Whether it's in the face of a smog tower or a smog gun, now you're talking about cloud seeding, it could be sprinkling water, but they have to understand that it has to be a systemic change, which has to be throughout the year, and it starts and it focuses only on the sources of emissions. So we don't allow emissions to come. So that means strict compliance, strict enforcement, all the laws that are in place, wonderful laws, they have to be enforced. This is high time. These are very simple things. But the whole game is being played wrongly because you want to create emissions.
And we talk about China now and you give it as an example a lot, in other parameters. But let's remember that a couple of years ago, Delhi and Beijing used to be talked about in the same breath about being the most polluted capitals. And Beijing has just cleaned up its act, whereas here, we're always engulfed in this politics. But Dr. Baghai, there's been a lot of talk also of the so-called green crackers this time around, and a controversy over, how it was allowed. Let's face it, even when crackers weren't allowed every year, we did see crackers going off on Diwali in Delhi. And it's been criticized as well that there is no such thing as green crackers by many experts.
I think, this entire concept is hullabaloo being created actually to divert the attention from the main thing, which is the pollution. Now, this green crackers is supposed to, if it is actually green, supposed to decrease only the particulate matter by 2.5 if the barium or the borium, as they call it, of oxide and dioxides are lesser. But the fact is, there can be carbonates, there can be sulfate and other compounds of borium. There is no way on earth to check what the constituents of the green crackers is. Point number two is, these green stickers have been floating in every market. Buy a routine, traditional, orthodox cracker, which is not so-called green, put on the sticker, and that's what's being sold. Point number three, we were told it's for 2 hours or 3 hours in the evening. Trust me, till 4:10 in the morning, the crackers were on full speed, unabated. This is a crime against public health. I think people should understand what is happening. Religious faith is one thing, but making people suffer the next morning is an entire another thing. Add 25% to the AQI and PM 2.5 and PM 10. That's what we are breathing.
Absolutely. And Bhavreen, final word to you. As I said, this is the start of the pollution season in Delhi. Diwali is just over a few days. We're going to see this intense pollution, this gas chamber. You and I both know there are many people in the national capital who actually leave during this period for their health, their parents' health or their children's health. But now we're in for the long haul, and perhaps the, parali burning, etc. will also be causing pollution. So your message really to the authorities, to the administration?
Yes, unfortunately, not many can do that. Even escaping is not possible. Clean air is not a seasonal luxury. It's a daily necessity. It is every second of your life since you are born, something that you will breathe. There is no pause. And you cannot protect health with one hand and permit pollution with the other. I hope the government will understand and pity on us and our children and the future and the youth. We are talking about, trillions of $1 trillion economy and all that. And without healthy youth, nothing of that can be worked on. So please, it's absolutely, we are literally pleading now. We're tired of doing this year after year and seeing children, suffer in every way.